Welcome to ISTV News. I'm Surbala Kangavam, and here's what making the news. Director Professor Shamo pledged 1 month's personal salary as incentives to private security and police personnel for efforts on keeping Jenims neat and clean. And now the news in details. As part of his efforts on keeping the Jenims neat and clean, Director Professor M. Shamo has announced that he would pay his own salary of 1 month and amounting to more than 1 lakh rupees as incentives to the security and police personnel guarding the institute if they are able to keep the buildings of Jenims neat and clean, shining, without giving anyone an opportunity to spit Beetlejuice on the wall at least for 1 month. Our joint editor T. Sunil Kumar and video journalist Jiban Konsam report that just as Chief Minister Okram Ibobi has been trying to ensure a bright future for the one and only prestigious medical institute of the state, which is Jenims, its director Professor M. Shamo has also been making all possible efforts to make the Chief Minister's dream come true. As part of the steps taken by the director to prevent visitors from spitting Beetlejuice on the wall of the buildings, thus dirtying it, Professor Shamo has given strict instructions to the private security and police personnel who are guarding the institute and the hospital to ensure that no one spit Beetlejuice on any corner or wall of the building. If the security personnel are able to prevent anyone from doing anything to soil the walls of the buildings this month, he will pay his own salary of 1 month, the amount of which is over 1 lakh rupees, to them as incentives. This has been announced to the security guards and the police personnel posted at the hospital building.
Mobozana losing with Tim Mission wasn't a Toro. Nasidiki Horogane, and the next Monday Tariq Taruk Masi Hostal Sirisida, what the heck was it? And a Hungary Tamagi, Tolo, 1,20,000 say. In case when a heckman without my docasina, Adugi Matata, Nahan Honorable Savers Haviramba, was Ocean with the win of Haredana. Other than the find though.
Yes, sir.
Aduga Karigumba no Madu Togu the Yadava Timerava. Paragai Nakuro, police to Sinatoke. Stop was
The director further appealed to all concerned to make concerted efforts to stop the act of spitting Beetlejuice on the wall forever. He appealed to all, including the doctors and the staff, not to enter the premises of the hospital and the institute while chewing pan. If doctors and staff are found chewing pan, it cannot be ruled out that their salary will not be withheld. When the director went round the hospital wards, he found 2 women staff chewing pan and he made them spit out the pan. He instructed them not to chew pan ever again inside the hospital premises. As part of the drive to make the campus look neat, he had ordered flattening of shops which were found erected on the campus. The shops were pulled down and allegedly set on fire. The shopkeepers were informed earlier to remove the shops from the campus, but they failed to remove by themselves, Director Shamo said. This was taken up as a beautification drive on the hospital campus, he said, and appealed to the people to cooperate with the efforts.
Hospital si Luna na Tonaba Laina Tina Hospital Oyanabagi Hotnabagi drive and Masida Manipuri Prasamiam Nasu Hospital si Luna na Tambada Ting Pang View Ranaitan Nasumating Pang View Aduga when I see Togeri Message I want to Togirata Namasu
In what may be called a significant efforts taken by the Imphal Municipal Council in collaboration with Imphal West Police Commando Bajar Unit, a man and a woman have been rounded up for dumping garbage at North AOC today. They have been identified as Sagol Semboina, 27, son of S. Amumacha from Yairipok Nombram, and Lysenau, wife of Inderson from North AOC. The two have been handed over to Imphal Police Station. Speaking to media person at the office of the IMC, Assistant Engineer Monica said, though no cooperation has been received from the residents of the North AOC areas, an NGO under the supervision of IMC has been cleaning up the areas every day. Suddenly, while the volunteers of the NGO were cleaning the area today, the two came with polythene bags of garbage and left them at the cleaning spot. Later, the volunteers informed the police and arrested them on charge of violations of Municipality Act. If anybody is found dumping garbage at public places in Imphal East and West District, he or she will be booked and punished according to the law. The same thing happened today, she warned.
Makatano hundoro ko taraga di ako yadong pani paraga ako yadong fine lore adong ako yadong police adong police na action na the police adong pigini appeal tawning isi ta seng na dan luna nana thambay ba city mayam ki kanone ako gi city nan ba si jo ako gi kanone adona mayam na gyan tabiraga isagi phata hodi mayam se ako gi jaga jaga da saliba enjoy jing da yauraga khara adom apikpa paisa da dum tawraga join tawhan ni ado sorok ta ai gi phata bu hundo kani ha ba city hundo kinyu haidana mayam haijani.
While the movement for implementation of inner line permit is becoming a big issue in the state, the women's wing of JCILPS detained 61 non-locals who are reported to be hired labor for the power grid house Urembam from Sekmai when they were traveling in two buses bearing registration numbers MN01 2092 and NL02 2069 from Guwahati to Imphal around 4:30 a.m. today. When the women wing checked and verified them, none of them had any relevant identified documents. The non-local laborers are from Maida district of West Bengal and Bhagalpur district of Bihar. Later, while the women wing of JCILPS was verifying the non-locals' identity, a team of Sekmai police came to the spot and picked them up for further inquiry. Talking to media person at Sekmai, convener of the women's wing, Nganbi Devi said, they met Nashir, OC of Sekmai police, who convinced them that the laborers have been confirmed and hired as laborers for the power grid house Urembam. The OC Nasir told her that a confirmation letter from ST Singh, Deputy General Manager of the company, was received which stated that the company hired 51 laborers. Convener Nganbi further said, the women wing found 61 non-locals. Why were they trying to conceal 10 non-locals in the report? She also said that at this critical juncture, Home Minister Gaikhangam is keeping quiet on the issue and remaining as a silent spectator. It is highly suspicious that even Home Minister Gaikhangam might have been involved in this conspiracy, she alleged.
Matang changchelakpa amadi grid ki khudong chaba lorokanda police sinjina protection piba che aikoi gi mama moina manipur gi praja moina koi khangba yamna ware loina na hairi bangasi gi si ngasai makai di kanano karino khangde haina tawrakanda hujik si la iena hairabani na ngarang ngasai ayuk nganta da phari ba mioi singsi maming je sap chana lorokanda grid ki hairi ba manager jinga bina phara bani na koi si detail ire haiba pora Irakanda, grid the Tarakanda, grid the sea to Yohalakanda, Moisi, Quigi Manipur, see, Yontona Bigi Plan, Masile, Ibasima, Nasia, Quigi wing, Jaseri by Quigi, Wakanda Sapsaba, Piribama, Koyadun Kanjare, Loinana, Masigi Tabaka Sam, Home Gi Tabakni, Deputy CM to Ibiriba, Home to Paibiriba, Quigi, Mr. Gaikangam, Quina, Aduna, Atuba Matamda, Mana, Quigi. Home Department Pairiba, Deputy CM, Kangamna, Heidi Basi, was Sinjida, Yamna section na. I got young the Mami, Kadalak, but that's it. Go to the Mani Ibase, the Kangam is our Tokang, local the Mani Ibase, Mama singing Weba, Adumba, Wapa Mama in the Saptana, coming in the Kangamda.
And now moving on to national and international news. Picking up a spade, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched the Swachh Bharat campaign in his Lok Sabha constituency, removing silt deposited along the banks of the river Ganga here and nominated 9 persons, including Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, to carry forward the drive in UP. When I began the drive, I had nominated 9 people. Today, taking that forward, I am nominating Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, Chancellor of Chitrakoot Handicaps University Swami Ram Bhadracharya, Bhojpuri actor Manoj Tiwari, writer Manu Sharma, cricketers Mohammad Kaif and Suresh Raina, Padma Shri Professor Devi Prasad Dwivedi, television actor and comedian Raju Srivastava and singer Kailash Kher, the PM said. Bandaru Dattatreya from Telangana and Sujana Chowdhury from Andhra Pradesh are likely to be inducted into the Union Cabinet, which is set to be expanded tomorrow. Dattatreya, National Vice President of the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP), is a member of Lok Sabha from Secunderabad, while Y.S. Chowdhury, popularly known as Sujana Chowdhury, belongs to the Telugu Desam Party (TDP) and is a member of Rajya Sabha from Andhra Pradesh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi telephoned the two MPs today morning and asked them to be available in Delhi Sunday morning. Dattatreya is the lone BJP MP from Telangana, and his incursion will give representation to the newly created state in the Union Council of Ministers. Manohar Parrikar resigned as Goa Chief Minister today. The 58-year-old submitted his resignation through fax to Governor Mridula Sinha. State Health Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar is likely to be the next CM, even as a certain section of the Goa cabinet rooted for Deputy CM Francis D'Souza. The swearing-in for the next CM is scheduled to take place at 4 p.m. today. Describing India's ties with Bhutan as exemplary that take care of each other's concern and vital interests, President Pranab Mukherjee today said the two countries can jointly contribute to constructive talks and far-reaching outcomes at the upcoming SAARC summit. He also inaugurated school reforms project and a central school. 3 MOUs on bilateral cooperation in the field of education were also signed. The number of dengue cases in Odisha this year increased to 5,535, with authorities today confirming 31 new cases, although the toll from the virus has remained at 9. A senior state health official said that of the 31 new cases, the highest 11 have been reported from the coastal district of Jajpur, followed by the district of Jagatsinghpur, which reported 8 cases. The Bombay Stock Exchange and the National Stock Exchange of India Limited, India's 2 main stock exchanges, will suspend trading of shares of grounded Kingfisher Airline Limited from December 1 for failing to comply with rules on reporting financial results, the board said in separate notice. Kingfisher, founded by liquor baron Vijay Mallya and once India's number 2 carrier, has not flown for more than 2 years for want of cash. The company last reported its financial result for the 3 months ended December 2013. The exchanges will also suspend trading of UB Engineering Limited, part of Mallya's UB Group, from December 1. They said, citing the company's failure to report financial result for 2 consecutive quarters to end June. Law enforcement officer launched a global crackdown on so-called darknet sites that sell illegal drugs, arresting 17 people in one of the largest strings against the virtual organized crime world. Dutch prosecutors said Friday the arrests were made in the US, Ireland and Germany. Trials orienting head of the European Police Agency's Cybercrimes Division said it coordinated police operations from its headquarters in The Hague, Netherlands. The raids included a US operation in which the FBI announced the arrest in San Francisco of a man accused of running the Silk Road 2.0 online bazaar, where drugs including ecstasy, cocaine and LSD were sold openly. And before we wind up, the top stories once again. Director Professor Shamo pledged a 1-month personal salary as incentives to private security and police personnel for efforts on keeping Jennings neat and clean. Well, that's pretty much for now, but we have more news coming up. Stay tuned.